2012 budget, and we have our managers here to talk about a few issues. There was 11 items that John had sent in a draft report to us for some discussion. The only thing I'll start with is if anyone has a junior interest to we have this draft report. John?
If I can take a few minutes just to kind of give an overview or an introduction to why we're here. This is the interim community services management group without Jan here, unfortunately. Otherwise known as Motley Crew.
Where's the guitars?
Everybody knows Al. He's been here at a number of our drainage related meetings. Al Little, drainage superintendent, construction manager. Bill Bentley is the area manager for the South Zone. Mitch Verhoeven is our infrastructure manager, water and sewer systems, and all waste management and everything else we provide. And of course, the ever charming Kevin Bryson, manager of the Northford Zone. These guys have been working on the preparation of the capital budget for the last 3 weeks and just trying to get their heads around refining the numbers and getting a better handle on cost estimates for road construction and so on and so forth. And as a result of the discussion and dialogue with them, we identified a number of issues that we just want to get some direction on and some feedback from council. Not meant to get decisions other than to say, here's some of the things we're wrestling with. This was hastily put together late Friday afternoon, so I apologize for its brevity and if there's any grammatical errors in it. And it's not in any priority listing. In approaching the 2010 or 2012 and 10-year capital forecast, we looked at the typical allocation that council has made previously to the transportation roads area of the budget. As you know, we received the road needs assessment that was done by McCormick Rankin earlier this year that did an update of a 10-year-old road needs assessment, evaluated road conditions and traffic flows and so on and so forth to try and prioritize for council. And one of the things it talked about was the need to reinvest or invest a little bit more towards meeting those road needs in the future. So we wanted to get a sense. Typically what we do when we do a capital forecast or an operating budget forecast is project based on the expected cost of living adjustment or price index adjustment is going to be or an inflationary increase. But in view of that report, and I know you're still taking some time to get your heads around it, it talked about increased commitments to the road reserve to help meet those demands. And we wanted to get a sense of whether, in preparing a first draft for you, you'd like to see an inflationary view of this, but also some alternatives for you. You can look at increased allocation projections to those reserve funds to give you a sense of what the impacts will be, first of all, on taxes, and what the impact of those additional dollars might do to prioritizing the roads that are actually scheduled in that 10-year forecast. So I don't know, I can run through these, or you want to, okay, I'll give the overview. The other driving force, typically over the past 10 years, has been infrastructure related, and in particular, the need to meet the clean water regulations in terms of aging and outdated or obsolete water infrastructure in particular. That has been the driving force. It did dictate a lot of where the investment was going, and unfortunately it was going into one particular area because it has the oldest infrastructure. We still believe that the principle of having an infrastructure-driven road program makes sense from that standpoint, because repairing and replacing roads is a costly undertaking, and if they're driven, if you have the opportunity to replace infrastructure and update infrastructure that's there at the same time, it's just a better utilization of the funding that's available. So we'd like to get a sense of whether the council still sees that as a reasonable basis for establishing the priorities for where capital investment in roads is going to go. The specific road issue, and I probably should have, as I'm looking at it tonight, probably should have said road issue, rural roads, rather than just specifically Jericho Road. I picked it out because it was identified in the 10-year forecast by this council for, I think it was 3 phases, 3 or 4 phases, I believe, over a number of years, to bring it up to an asphalt road surface level, similar to what Gordon Road is. Talking to our guys who are out maintaining the roads on a regular basis and talking to their colleagues in other municipalities, there's a sense that given the volume of traffic on some roads, the nature of the traffic on some of the rural roads, that bringing them up to a gravel or to an asphalt standard is a costly undertaking that has questionable cost-benefit return on that investment. One of the areas types of road treatments that are referred to as a dolomite road, which is used extensively in Plimpton Township in their rural road system. I have to defer to these gentlemen to tell you what makes the difference between the type of gravel, but it does produce a high quality rural road surface. So we wanted to know whether council is open to considering that alternative, or we want to remain committed to an asphalt strategy to gradually bring the road up to that level. Specific road, Decker Road, again, was, and it points to other area, our rural roads in general, I think, and that relates to, it's not simply the road surface. The road surface is evidence of what the road structure is itself. Decker Road has become a highly used road. Once we did a surface treatment on it 7 or 8 years ago, I think, called a Metro Mat, which was kind of a form of a asphalt type of surface, and immediately traffic, as it always does, responded to that, and that became the go-to road to go to the north of the road to go to the school. But that wear and tear has caused an ongoing maintenance problem because it's not designed to meet those kinds of traffic flows. What it speaks more directly to is the need to ensure that when we're investing in rural roads, that we've looked at the drainage systems for those roads and the base for those roads. What's it called? Geotech analysis is what the trend has been in the past number of years, where we do a geotech analysis of a road to determine what its base consists of, and the condition of the road, so that you can plan for it in the subsequent year. But it really points to, I guess, the caution we have about investing in an asphalt surface on a road that isn't product to the proper construction levels and so on and so forth. Item 6 was just talking about road improvements in the area north of the Saddle River Cut, in the context that it's currently under review for the potential of developing sanitary sewer collection systems over the, apologize for our light, we'll get to that. And whether that, I know we sit down usually with Southcott Pines, I think, to talk about road improvements and asphalt improvements in there, and kind of take that approach. And we're just highlighting it as an issue that, depending on what the outcome is of the ad hoc committee and so on and so forth, putting major investment in some of those roads, when they could turn out that there may be a collection system put in, who knows? So we're just raising it as a caveat. Another infrastructure replacement issue, or I call it part 2, was something that Nick has been doing, and that's kind of a hydraulic analysis of the water systems in each of our communities that have them, the urban communities. Not just simply the age or a history of a water main that may be breaking down just due to its age and material, but more importantly, looking at it from the standpoint of maintaining or improving fire response capability of those mains. A lot of mains, I think the minimum, there's a lot of mains that are 4-inch diameter, which aren't conducive to supporting hydrants and giving you the pressures that you need. And we wanted to chat with council. That's something that, from the planning perspective, that we factor into looking at prioritizing a road or bringing forth roads, that we look at not only the